morning. I'm just sitting down ready to do some work. Today we are interviewing for my marketing assistant. So I have 3 interviews today, 1 interview on Friday, and yeah, I thought I'd show you what a day kind of looked like and what I think about each marketing assistant or what each interview, and maybe give you guys some tips on recruitment or how I went about it and the process and things like that while I show you the rest of my day. I thought that would be really good. Sorry about the noise in the background. It's my boyfriend doing his thing. You know, you live in an apartment. One side you have the bathroom here and you can hear everything. The next side you have the dishwasher and that's on. So you're trying to keep a clean apartment. You're trying to get ready for the day. You can't do much about it. So I thought, yeah, why not show you guys my day, vlog it, but also focus more on recruitment and this huge milestone, which is getting an assistant for my business. I do have an assistant currently. She's an admin assistant. Her name is Rebecca and she's amazing. However, her goals are to become an online business manager, and at this point in time, I do not need an online business manager. My business isn't as big. If I had more of a team and I needed help managing them, and then, systems and things like that, then obviously I'd keep her on. However, what I do need at the moment is a marketing assistant because the amount of marketing work is literally drowning me. I am so grateful for it, don't get me wrong. However, when you have 10 articles to write in a week, plus 5 social media months, and you have PR and you have all the good stuff, and you're doing someone's website and you're doing automations, and it gets a lot. It gets a lot. So I would love to hire someone. All these candidates, they have shown that they have skill, and I'll talk more about that later on how I chose the candidates. Anyway, I'm going to start some work, get some work in before I do this workout class, and before we go, we head off. So let me get you up to speed. I've gotten home in probably an hour or so ago. I went to the car and basically did not start, and my boyfriend goes, well, did you leave anything on? I noticed that when I looked inside the car, I left the light on. So oh my gosh, there's so much. This is how I'm feeling right now. Just all over the place. It really threw me. So I went to the car, tried to open the boot, didn't open. Tried to open the car, wasn't opening, thought the battery was dead in my keys. Then nothing was opening, not even when I tried to open it with the key. And then that's when we realized it's an electrical issue. Then we realized it was a battery issue. Called RACV thinking that it was going to take them 2 hours or something to get there. They said 20 minutes. So I jumped in the shower. They came within 6 minutes. So my partner actually had to go down there and talk to them. All in all, they said that we're A-okay for now. Just make sure you drive it more than 30 minutes. We couldn't turn it off once they jump started it. So I drove it to my parents' house, which is 50 minutes to an hour. Hopefully all good. If they said, well, it's a 5-year-old battery, so I may have killed it. And I'm really hoping not, but we'll see. Tomorrow I'll try to turn it back on, and if it doesn't turn on, then I'll have to get RACV to come out and actually get a new battery. Hopefully that's not the case. It has been one of those days where every little thing is just trying to go wrong. I have eaten actually, so that's good, because usually at these times I really just don't tend to eat. When I'm stressed, I don't eat, and I've been stressed. Yesterday was so stress-free, and then today. And that, my friends, is what business is all about. I'm about to get on a call with my first interviewee. I'm not hiring anyone at the moment. I will probably be thinking of hiring and actually creating a full-time team next year. But I just wanted to get a freelancer just so I can really understand how it is to work with someone else and kind of get those kinks and processes all in order, so that when I do end up getting a team behind me. It's all sweet. So it's going to be a lot of trial and error. How I found these people, I created an ad and I basically put it all into these Facebook groups. Well, actually my assistant Rebecca did. So thanks, Rebecca. However, if you are seeking employees, I would say LinkedIn is great and you can do an ad for free, which I did as well. I put this on LinkedIn, I put this on Facebook ads. I didn't do Seek, but if you're doing employees, I would say go on Seek as well. I got a lot of people from LinkedIn, but also I put it on university job boards. So I'm looking for graduates, people who have just started out, people who have had some internship experience, and people who are just wanting that like part-time job sort of thing, and as they freelance and as they do their university and they can learn on the job, because I'm more than happy to invest my time and energy into someone who is going to love what they're doing and love marketing and things like that. So that is how and where I put them up. I will talk to you through what questions I've got down and what questions I usually ask people anyway, but let's get to it. Now, funny thing is, I've actually interviewed this person before for someone else and they didn't get that role. However, I did see that they were very much keen as a marketer and that they've done marketing strategy in the past. So let's get this started. Hey, hi, how are you? Oh, I love how clean everything looks in your background. Please don't mind the mess. Oh my God, that was such an amazing interview. I have a few more interviews to get through, but I'm gonna be filming a reel in between this break. I have 20 minutes. And yeah, like working doesn't stop while you're having fun. Anyway, this interview was amazing. Yes, I have a few interviews to go through, so they might be just as amazing, but I don't know. You know when you just get a feeling about someone? I have a really good feeling, gut feeling, like this person wants to definitely grow with the business, definitely wants to be a part of it, understands where I'm coming from, where I need a right-hand person to do things. If I am on a shoot, I need a person to give the reins to. They do not want this business to flop just because, you know, of acting. Oh my God, I'm in such a good mood. Like literally this morning, shit mood because of what happened with my car. And I was stressing out. I'm like, oh my God. So I literally just got the things I needed to do this morning done before these interviews. But I just want to chill, you know? I have actually had 3 interviews since I last spoke to you and it's been good. I have no idea whether I should have both and just put them both on. They're both really good. So I'm really interested to trial them both out pretty much, but I do have one more interview on Friday. So I can't really say anything yet. But yeah, at least they're good. Like at least I'm like, you know what, I feel good about this. Like the second one, I was like, is this person too young? But just the zest they have for life and my company and the diligence they had to really do their research on my company, research on myself. That's the sort of person I want on my team, like to be able to do that research. I don't know, it's a tough one. I'm gonna have to, I don't know, talk to someone about it. It's really, really close between these two. I decided to work downstairs now that I don't have all these interviews and meetings, and pretty much finished my lunch now. What is it? 3 o'clock. I have an apple if I get a bit hungry, but I'm gonna do this work for this client. Basically, I do their website ad hoc stuff and some social media copywriting. So we're gonna do that for them while they're away, pretty much. That's my day. It flew. Today absolutely just flew. I'll talk to you guys more about like the questions I asked them, what I found attractive about what they were saying and things like that after this client, because I only had them for a couple of hours. So yeah. Stanley, are you okay? What are you looking for, huh? He looked at you. Hello. It is another day. We have an interview today. It's the last interview of this entire thing. I only interviewed 4 people because I'm cutthroat like that. No, I'm kidding. But literally, like, these were probably the top 4 people that came through. Last time, yeah, I found 2 that were totally amazing, took my breath away. So I'm seeing what this person will do and how she can bring more to the table. Really, really be interesting. So while my tea is getting ready, I might wait till the tea and sit down. We'll have a chat about the entire interview process and get into the day. This stuff is so good. It is a passion fruit hibiscus blend. So good, so good. I literally just woke up, had a shower, had one of the weirdest dreams of all time where my dream self was analysing the dream that they were in instead of me waking up analysing the dream. So weird. You know what, I'll tell you what it was about. Apparently I was pregnant, which I'm not. But I was pregnant. My dream self was like, I definitely cannot be pregnant. There's no way, blah, blah, blah. Especially to some guy, I have no idea who this person is, to be honest. But he was a tyrant and he wanted to like take me to Texas and I could never see my family. And he said only New Year's Eve or something. And I was like, hell no, let's make sure that this is just not some manipulation thing. Anyway, my dream self was like, no, Natalie, you're not actually pregnant. That there instead, usually pregnancy means that there's a rebirth somewhere or something new is coming. And something new is coming for my brand. There's a whole thing going on there. And that totally makes a lot of sense now. Feeling a little dehydrated today, not gonna lie. So I looked outside and I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like spring. I want to wear a dress, but it's probably cold and Melbourne is like that. So let's talk about these interviews for a bit. How I found these people, I said already, like it was through Seek, LinkedIn. I didn't use Seek for my own, but LinkedIn, Facebook, and job uni boards, because the person I wanted to look for is someone who didn't have like a stack of experience, didn't have their own business, didn't have this and that. Literally a junior who could learn on the go, who I was helping their career and possibly in the future could be a really, really integral team member. And as they grow with the role and they grow with the team and things like that. So that's why I went with the job uni boards, because I know there's a lot of people out there who want some side experience, because this is only 5 to 10 hours a week, that they can move around and things like that. So how I got the questions, it really depends on the role. Usually when I'm talking to other people and it's for them and not for myself, I ask them what questions they would really, really want me to ask. A lot of the time I do ask things. Well, we know usually we give them a task to do, and that's how we base our interview. So they have to do a task, whether it be write an email, do this, do that, just to show that they have some skill level there. However, then from that, we go into more like what sort of worker they are and would they fit in with the team. So some of the questions I ask are basically, what do you see in a good team manager? What do you expect from the team manager or the boss or whoever it is? Others is like, what can you bring to the table? What is your USP basically? What qualities do you see in a good team member? How do you best communicate? Now this is so important, because if you're someone like me who doesn't have their notifications on, then communicating through things like Slack and Facebook Messenger and things like that just don't work. Usually if it has anything to do with the project itself, we communicate on the task, because I have a task management system where there's cards and you literally just tag the person in there. However, if you are like that and you're more of a social butterfly and you want to have that chat kind of thing rather than email that, then obviously the person who you're interviewing has to have the same way of communication. Where would you like this role going? Now this really, really dives into what their plans are. It's like asking them, where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? Now, instead of asking them that, where do you want this role going, kind of says the same thing, because it's about the future. If they're like, oh, I just want this as a part-time gig and something to just get some extra cash, or if they're saying, I really want to grow with the role and hoping that the role turns into something more permanent, or because I'm a team player and I really like the company and blah, blah, then there's some substance there, really depending on what the role is, obviously. For me, I did say 5 to 10 hours, but secretly in the future, I do want these people to stay on and I can employ them or something. It'd be a lot easier if we've already been working together before we go into something permanent. Like I said, this is a lot about just ironing out all the nitty-gritty things before going into that permanent stage. Then obviously if you're talking to a contractor, then you're going to ask them, how do they like to be invoiced? What is the duration? What is their like rate or package? Talk through that. When can they start? What are their availabilities? But usually at the start, I ask them who they are, what they are. And if they start talking to me and give me the list of their like resume, I turn off. So what I really want to know is who they are as a person. and how they thrive. And then I talk a bit more about the role and if they're more interested in it now. Also, I do ask what got you interested to put yourself down for this role, because you can get a lot of people going, what? Because usually a lot of people apply for everything and they give you the same cover letter, the same resume, when you shouldn't. You should be tailoring your cover letter for sure, but also depending on the role, you should tailor your resume, putting the roles that are more suited or more relevant at the top. That's what I asked basically, and the process was literally put my ad out, waited a bit, they did a survey, they did a task, see if they met the brief, if they can actually understand a basic brief, and then interviewing them. Usually for other people, I then talk to their referees. I nail it down to like 5 to 6 people in the first round. Then I nail it down a little bit and then narrow it down a little bit to about 3 or 2. And that's when I get the employer or the business owner in as well to check it out, because that's when they can actually see if they align, vibe, their values, things like that. I've already vetted that they're a good worker, but they have to vet if they're a good person pretty much and if they want to work with them. So that's how my process usually works. However, with myself, I'm not doing second interviews. I'm literally just doing these interviews and I kind of just make them a little bit longer. But literally, I think what we must understand is that interviews are a two-way street. So the people that were talking to me, being part of the conversation, they weren't answering questions. They were like just talking as if it was a convo. Those are the people that I like to work with, because I can tell that they can handle themselves under pressure, but also be very personable. Like, I'm a chill person as an interviewer. Like, I've been told that I have pat on the back, best interviews ever, pretty much, because it's literally a chat. Because when people get comfortable, people tend to slip up and it's a bit cunning, but when you lull someone into a sense of comfortability, they're more likely to like let go of the reins. And this is where you see the gold, whether they shine or whether they think that they're so comfortable that you're like their total best friend and that they can like start being inappropriate or swearing or saying stuff about their other business owners that they've worked for, things like that. Want to know. Anyway, I'm gonna get to work. I'll let you know how it all goes. And yeah. Hello, how are we today? I am actually here just to end the vlog because I never end vlogs and I can tell it gets really annoying sometimes. But basically, if you have any questions about recruitment or things about like what you should be looking for in team members or what questions you should be asking and things like that, let me know, because I'll actually make a video all about it. I did have a stint in recruitment prior to everything I've done pretty much. So totally knowing that. Exciting day today because I actually get to train my team and, you know, we actually get to do some work and collaborate and things like that and see where they're at and whatnot. But I'm sure I'll definitely get you guys across all that in future vlogs. And hopefully this vlog has something in it that is of value. I will see you guys later. Bye.